What's up? So another day, another video, and today it's going to be like a quick little video, and I just want to talk about this kind of new, not even trend, but like the difference between what I see on the internet as self-care and self-improvement. And that's a big difference. So basically, like I think the key to this is the kind of, what self-care is. And that a lot of people, when they face problems in their lives, so stress, so I don't know, basically stress and burnout, yeah. So the solution now that a lot of people say is to give yourself some self-care, some alone time, some time with yourself. And you know the articles, you've seen the articles all over the place, these kind of wellness articles that basically say the solutions to these problems when you have big major issues in your life is self-care. So it's things like take a day off, take a spa day, put a face mask on, go and lie down, go and watch some comedy, all this stuff. So, this is self-care and is the kind of solution prescribed to us by this. And you know what? I don't like saying it because I actually, I don't know. Like, it sounds stupid, but anyway, the kind of like woke movement. Stupid word, terrible word, this horrible, like, thing that people say to kind of put down, little side rant here, but the thing that the kind of word people use to put down, like, I don't know what the word is, progressive content. Anyway, let's call it woke. But these kind of articles, anyway, that prescribe self-care as the solution to real life issues. And we have this in our own lives. So maybe we don't follow exactly the wellness article that says you need to take a day off, take a spa day. But what we do is we have our own kind of self-care rituals that we use whenever we're feeling stressed, whenever we're feeling a bit down. So these can be lots of things. These can be playing video games, watching TV, watching YouTube, watching porn. A lot of these things that we kind of do subconsciously because we treat them as self-care, and we use the excuse of we're allowed to do this because I'm feeling stressed and so I can do X. I can play a video game for an hour tonight. Is it fucking hour tonight? But you know what I mean. Is saying these things to ourselves to kind of yeah, exactly. To self-care and try and use that as the way out of the problems that we're facing. And then on the flip side, you have what you need to be doing, which is self-improvement. And these are the things that's so like become so confused in this modern day and age. And self-improvement is the actions that you do all the time and aren't necessarily easy and aren't necessarily relaxing, but that do generally relax you. And that's kind of a hard concept for people to understand, but often actually doing work, not necessarily work, but doing things that are productive to your mind and to your spirit, things like meditation, things like reading. While it's harder to read a book than it is to watch an episode of Friends, fucking Friends, man. But anyway, while it's easier to watch an episode of Friends and it isn't more relaxing, it's kind of like one of those things that doesn't really provide anything and prolongs the stress. And I think that is generally the case with a lot of self-care things. And I like to look at it as kind of like a bucket with a tiny, also, you might notice the camera moving a bit here. It's like, there's this weird, I got a new phone anyway, there's a weird new feature that's trying to like, I don't know, zoom in on my face. Yeah, look, now it's doing it. Look at this. That's crazy. Anyway, back to what I was trying to say was that there's this whole thing of, yeah, I've lost my train of thought because of this fucking Samsung, man. I don't know, man. But yeah, anyway, what I was saying was that often... Oh, the bucket. It's like the bucket. Okay, we're back. So the bucket. So a lot of these actions, let's take TV. Let's take Netflix, for example. You're feeling stressed. You come home after a shit day of work. You feel like shit. What do? You turn on a TV. And you feel kind of better, but what it's doing is distracting it, and it's kind of laying a sheen over the issue that you really have in your life rather than actually improving it. I'm gonna have to turn this mode off because it's really pissing me off. But anyway, this kind of like thing. So it's like a bucket with a hole in the bottom, and the more you're pouring in water, it's not really filling the bucket up at all, because as you're pouring water in, shit's coming out of the bottom again. Because that's what self-care is. Self-care and these self-care rituals that people follow aren't actually solving any real issues. They're just kind of glossing over it. And so again, it's another one of these things where I'm asking you to look at your life and look holistically at the things you do and look at your reactions to certain triggers. So think about it. If you come home after a stressful day at work, I don't know if you go to work, school, maybe, whatever. If you come home after a stressful day, what is your natural reaction to that? Is it to look at the problems you have, to solve them proactively, to work out, to meditate, to get a good night's of rest? Or is it to hide your problems and go about them through a self-care way, through video games or through YouTube and Netflix? For me, it was always the second thing. And it's one of those things that you have to kind of, at that point, reevaluate what you're doing and create a new targeted approach to the issues that you're having. And it is just that. It's this whole debate over self-care versus self-improvement. And this is the issue that we have at the moment in our society, is that we do focus too much on self-care rather than self-improvement. And reality, what we should be doing is when we have these issues, we need to notice our triggers and respond to the triggers proactively rather than responding to them by covering them up with comfortable bullshit. So I don't really know what else I need to say about this topic. I think that's basically covered it. But yeah, so that's the conclusion of today's video, is I want everyone now to go and write in their diary and just think about the issues they face and what your natural reaction is to facing adversity. Is it to work through that, or is it to ignore that and to cover that with comfort? And if you decide that the second case is the real kind of reaction to the problems that you face, then you need to reevaluate and you need to think about that, and you need to basically create new approaches to these triggers. So the next time you face a trigger, you know what you need to do. The next time you come home stressed, you know that in reality you need to think about why you're stressed and solve the root of that problem rather than covering it up with self-care. Anyway, thank you for watching the video. Drop a like, drop a comment, drop a subscribe, join the Discord, link will be in the description. I lost my Discord password, but anyway, that's back now, so we're back on the Discord. So yeah, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.